Hello, this is Janice Dixon, and I'm coming on today with the bedtime slash nighttime reading for the week of my birthday bash. Now, last night I did it live on Facebook, but I'm on today because I need to re-record it to share on my blog because I know that there are people who do not have a Facebook account, and I didn't want you to miss out on the reading. So if you haven't done so already, don't forget to visit me online at janesedixon.com. I will put it here in the video. It's JANESEDIXON. And if you are on Facebook, you can find me there. You can just look for me, author Janice Dixon. I am also the same on Instagram, which I have not shared, I don't think, in the other videos. But the main place is my website and my newsletter. And so I guess I could do a quick shout out to my staycationers. My newsletter is Readers Staycation, and which I email maybe twice a month, sometimes 3 if there's something big going on. So today we are getting to this feature, which is African Emerald. I think this came in a great sequence, which is why I planned it this way. First, we had Fearless Goodbye. Then we had Black Diamond. And, Fearless Goodbye before Black Diamond, and now it's African Emerald, which is my most recent novel. I'm going to read a little bit out of here, and I believe I did chapter 16, so I'll go to the same chapter. I'll be reading from a proof copy, so it may be a slightly different from your version, but it's still the same story. This book really came from readers. After doing Black Diamond, sitting in readers groups, sitting in book clubs, having conversations about Black Diamond, and the questions that people were asking me were questions I had the answers to the questions that people were asking me that were not in Black Diamond, because it just didn't have anything to do with the storyline, but I needed to do it to learn the characters of the story. And that, again, started off with me that's when I went back and did before Black Diamond, and people still had questions. Then I had to sit and really think about the characters. After I did that and spent some time doing that, I always loved Talib's character. I did in the beginning, so I can't say always. I have to take always back. But I enjoyed his character because there's this flawed quality about him, in that he had such a challenging upbringing and childhood that created this man that is extremely loyal, but at the same time is very driven, and he has some demons, and he has some things that he has to fight internally that honestly no one can help him with but him. And I think part of that healing process that I guess will be a journey that we'll see over the next, the course of the books to come, is letting others in. And he's done it a little bit, but I hope that over the course of the other books that we can see him letting others in, and how that does help to bring about a sense of healing, because it allows others to, through others, we can see ourselves differently, and whether it's the good things or the bad things, and that's life, right? So tonight, or today, because it's daytime, I'm going to read from chapter 16, African Emerald. You find that you have the leader of a rebel group, which is Talib Kemwa. He is extended an invitation to join a coveted secret society, and they're a criminal secret society, which is the Conclave. But when he arrives, he learns that he is not the only candidate for the seat. There is someone else that he will be vying against, and that man is Michael Damon, who is the bishop of a mega church in Dallas, Texas. And so the two men will come together, and in the beginning they will be vying for the seat, but in the end they will be vying for the girl. So we're going to go into chapter 16. I hope that you will like this video, you will subscribe to my newsletter, and that you will share it with others, please. And if you do, and when you do, I'm thanking you in advance. Thank you. So we are at chapter 16, and it's called Masquerade. Gentlemen, welcome to Las Vegas, Deuce said from the steps of the plush mansion. The 5,000 square compound was one of the many homes owned by the conclave. It was open to all members and would serve as their host residence for the annual meeting and the planned mixers for the candidates. Michael and Talib waited with their escorts at the limousines. The night was beautiful, clear, and the star-filled sky was the only witness to the initial welcome. Come, gentlemen, Deuce gestured for the men to move closer. I hope your travels were safe and you are ready for the week ahead. You've met the Adams. Deuce held out an open hand, directing their attention to the escorts. Mr. Camwa, Bishop Damon, I am your host, Fidencio Mendina. This is a unique opportunity and it will be life-changing for one of you. He glanced from one man to the other. I am pleased that you have. I don't know why I'm tongue-tied today, but we'll keep going, right? I am pleased that you accepted the invitation to join our organization. You are here this week as candidates. It is a time for us to learn about you and you to learn about us. Deuce saw the hardness in Talib's gaze, but continued. Everything shared over the next 5 days is confidential. We are an exclusive, elite group, and to ensure the anonymity of our members, my face will be the only one revealed until you are extended an official offer of membership. Are 2 seats available? Talib asked. Deuce could feel his blood pumping. The tension lingering between the men was palpable. Michael appeared poised and unaffected by the presence of Talib, keeping his eyes on Deuce. But Talib's face read annoyance as his jaw clenched. Great question. Deuce turned to Talib. No, only 1 seat is available. He seemed to recover as he removed his right hand from his pocket, cradling his chin between his thumb and a curled index finger. Impressive cufflinks, Deuce added. The shimmer of his expensive cuffs twinkled. They were a gift, Talib replied with a relaxed smile. Deuce resumed his speech. Before we enter, you have a choice to move forward or walk away. He paused. Should you leave, we'll have no attachment or future contact with you, nor will you receive another invite to our organization. This is a once-in-a-lifetime offer. Deuce continued. Should you stay, you will be in direct running for the seat. This isn't a battle per se, but we want the best fit for our organization and our needs. My advice is to bring your A game. He stood silently, giving them time to consider the offer extended. It's time for you to decide whether you will enter the estate. He gestured to the door behind him. The limos will take you back to your hotels, and your reservation is covered by us through tomorrow. Should you decide to move forward, we are hosting a masquerade ball. We have a full night of entertainment, food, and you'll mingle with our members. The official selection proceedings begin tomorrow, but the joust commences once you cross the threshold. The silent standoff was underway. Deuce let it linger as he knew it would make for an impressive week of interactions. Bishop Damon, will you be joining us this evening? Deuce asked. Michael turned to Talib with a sweeping glance, his signature cowboy hat and boots paying homage to his Texas roots. The lighting of the porch casted a thick shadow over his face. The bishop had more of an edge than Deuce noticed before. Michael may be well indeed, he thought. Michael tipped his hat. Mr. Camwa, will you be joining us as well? Absolutely, Talib replied with an intense glare. He was like an urban legend to Deuce. He moved in the dark, slipping past borders, all levels of international policing, and he did it with ease. He was one of a kind. Talib managed to build in his lifetime an organization that rivaled the conclave in reach and presence. Deuce was ready. He had a feeling his first member installation would be one to remember. Very well, he stated. Your escorts and drivers are for your use during your stay. Here are your phones. Deuce gave each a cell phone. These are the property of the conclave. We will use them to communicate with you. We programmed important numbers for your driver and your Adam. The men accepted the new iPhones, each visiting the contacts and sweeping through the screens. There are also notes of locations you may want to visit while here in Las Vegas. We installed Apple Pay to cover your expenses. Have a wonderful week on us. Thank you for your assistance. Deuce gestured to the escorts. Call them when you need them, day or night. The Adams returned to the limos and exited the driveway. The estate held a large parking area with a lounge, dining, and sleeping area. They were instructed not to leave the premises without their candidates. Tonight you are my special guests. The members are wearing traditional masks with name tags. Once I enter, I too will wear a mask, but you know who I am by this. Deuce tapped at the lapel pin. The party will continue until. He laughed, and so did they. You are free to leave whenever you like. You will receive further instructions for the proceedings tomorrow morning. Deuce laughed to lighten the mood. They had time to talk shop and business. The first night was for them to get acquainted with the members and to determine how they interacted. It would be an important night for them all. Deuce clapped his hands together, rubbing them with anticipation. He walked them to the door and pushed it open. The music flowed as waiters moved around with silver platters. The members stood in clusters talking and others eating hors d'oeuvres. He felt the energy of the room urging them forward. He stood back as they moved through the doorway. Deuce slipped his mask over his face and standing between the candidates, he said with glee, I present to you the conclave. That is chapter 16. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them in the comment section below, or you're welcome to reply to any email that I send from my newsletter. I appreciate you all for joining me during this week. I will be back tomorrow night with another bedtime reading from another selection, and African Emerald is the daily special, so look on the page for the pricing and the special. Thank you again. Have a fantastic day. Take care and goodbye.